Thank you, Johannes. In my free time I went to spend it cold, wet, and unslept. But this is not what I'm here to talk about today. So first off, I would like to thank all the previous speakers for the great presentations. I think there were really good insights into design, what design is, what we do, and where we could evolve. I am going to shift the topic a little bit, and I am going to talk about people and how we have grown them in Pipedrive. So, this is me. I am a product design team lead at Pipedrive. I lead a team of 4 amazing and awesome designers. I know 2 of them are here today as well. So my work is about setting the vision for the team, setting the vision for our product area, giving feedback to my team, the designers, coach them, make sure they're all great, and ensure their personal growth. I started my professional career 3 years ago at the same company, Pipedrive, as a UX design intern. So I had just graduated from Estonian Academy of Arts from product design, and that was physical products, not digital products at that time. So this was my actual first job in the software industry. And at that time, I was the 5th designer to join the company. After 4 months of doing some stuff, I was hired full-time as a junior UX designer. And about 1 year into my work, I had an idea. And I proposed to do a design internship program. And this is what I presented to the team. So, who are interns? Well, they are young, fresh designers, straight out of university, with no real experience, but they are really eager to do stuff. And they will form a product design interns team. So what shall they do? They shall work on a project all together as one team. And it will be a design project. So it will be all the design stuff from research to prototyping. And, well, it will be overviewed by me and other designers. And they will give a presentation after each phase to the bigger team. And in the end, they will give a big, nice presentation to everyone. And yeah, so why should we do this? Well, we can find good people on our team. We get some input for our product or for some specific feature. And we care, we hire young people. So, one team, one dream, right? Sounds good. Yeah. This is pretty much the actual presentation I gave to the whole product management and design team, which was, I guess, around 20 people at that time. And I had completed maybe 1.5 projects in the company. But apparently they liked it, because we are doing this program for the 3rd time this summer. And yeah, it's going well. Now, seriously speaking, good designers are really hard to find. And good designers are especially hard to find when you need a lot of them because you're growing so fast. So one opportunity is to take a young designer, coach them, mentor them, teach them to become a professional. So one cool thing about those young designers is they will bring in new approaches and methods. They're very motivated to kickstart their career, usually. And they are very grateful for the opportunity, usually. And now, that all sounds good, right? So yay, we got new people and young people, new ideas, and wow, everything is awesome. I've been here for a year, let's do this. So I'm going to tell you now how it works. And to be a little bit more clear, I am going to focus on what we call the product design internship class of 2016. Yes, we take them during the summer and then we call them class of the year they were in. It is so cool, it has actually become a thing. So back in May 2016, we picked 3 people from the candidates. There were overall about 20 of them. And they formed a team of product design interns for the next 4 months. And they were working on a design project. It was a remake of one of the features we have in our product. And the feature is also called product, so it might be a little bit confusing. So it's a product feature in the Pipedrive product. But yeah, it's products. And they worked as a team to deliver the design for the remake of products, the feature. And they had to go through the entire design process. So they had to do research, they had to analyze the results, they had to go to ideation, they had to pick out the best ideas, prototype the solutions, test them, and then finally present everything that they've done and learned to the team. So it's pretty much how we work at the company. It's pretty much, I guess, how everyone here works. But we didn't take the risk of taking these young people and actually taking their work and getting it developed because, you know, what if they fail? They also did smaller individual projects to demonstrate their skills and personal strengths. And overall, it's pretty simple. So we were looking for teamwork skills, the understanding of design, and the ability to deliver something on their own. So what did they actually do? And that's what we asked them. So we gave them a brief description of the problem and asked, well, you're here now, so what are you going to do for the next 4 months? So how are you going to present a solution to us? Which means that their first task was to actually figure out how they approach a design project. In 2 days, they came up with a very nice, very detailed plan, which matched pretty much what we had imagined. We, of course, had a plan ourselves as well to kind of check what they were doing. And from there, it was off to real work. So even though they had done onboarding for 2 weeks, which means that they learned the Pipedrive product in depth and spent some time in customer support, they started with research and they started to look at our existing solution to get a better understanding of what is there. They also explored some of our competitors to understand the market and the context that they are designing in. Then they continued with reading support tickets and listening to customer calls that touched their topic. And then they really wanted to get to know the user better. So they sent out a survey asking questions about the usage of the feature, and they sent it out to approximately 2,000 customers, got approximately, or not approximately, exactly 181 responses. And so we all know the thing about surveys, so they're kind of maybe not giving you the very best answers. So from their responses and considering our local customer pool, they picked out 9 users with whom they made interviews to get an even better understanding of what they are dealing with. And to get even a better one, they actually visited some customers in their office. And now, during this whole user research, they worked very closely together with our in-house research team. So they got insights into how this work is actually done. And after that, they dug into some data to get some numbers behind the stories, and they did that with the help of our data scientists. So overall, they did a whole lot of analysis on the topic. They did a whole ton of work, which is not shown here today, but they really, really, really produced a lot of stuff. But I'm going to bring out a few good examples. And one of them is a description of the workflow. And here you can see how our customers use the products feature within the Pipedrive product, but also considering the entire product. So it's more about how all this stuff goes together and what the user does and how it relates to their topic. And they also mapped out all the problem areas, which gave them a pretty good overview of how their work is going to touch the rest of the product that we have and where it's currently lacking. So they knew what was wrong with it, but now they had to define the scope. So what are they going to do after having spent 2 weeks onboarding, 5 weeks researching and analyzing, so it was still like 9 weeks left. So this problem map helped them to define their scope well, because they had to assess the time they were given and that the solution that they make would make a logical, holistic solution by the end of their internship. So they started ideating, which might seem a real delight after such an intense research and analysis. But there they faced a new challenge. So how do they split the design work of a solution that's seemingly just one piece between themselves? So there had to be a lot of communication to make sure that all the pieces fit together well. And they did ideate a lot. They built some smaller prototypes, but in the end they picked one idea, which they made into a clickable prototype consisting of many, many screens. They tested the prototype on 4 people in-house and then on 5 real customers. They had a very specific task list and they documented the results really well, and so they could see the patterns where their solution wasn't working so well, and they made the necessary improvements after the tests. They also made pixel perfect and gave a big, nice final presentation to the entire product management and design team. I must say, they actually achieved a result that was pretty much ready to go into development. Well, with some minor tweaks had to be done, but it was very good. Now, a good question is that there was a lot of work that went into it. So the designers, the interns got constant feedback. Their work was reviewed weekly by mentors. Other designers in the company made workshops for them. At the end of each phase, they gave a big presentation so everyone came together. They also had mini lectures from other people in the company to see and learn how software development really works. They also got paid. That, I guess, goes without saying. We value the interns. So it's like a lot of resource went into this. So why did we do it? What did we get from it? As of this day, there are 9 people, 9 designers in the company who are doing purely design work. And 3 of those 9 have come through the internship program. So we have done the program twice with 6 young designers, which means half of them were hired full-time. And I'm quite sure that no one will argue when I say that they are doing excellent work. So the work they have done during their internship has also helped us to refine our design process, to bring in some new methods, new approaches, and actually use the outcomes in product development. In addition, they have brought in great energy. The turnout for their presentations has been consistently high, which means that people are really interested in what they are doing and what the outcome is. I guess for them it's a good way to switch off from everyday work, as we don't pressure the interns to do stuff our way, but encourage them to do stuff their way, using their existing experience and knowledge, so we could also learn from them. It has also given us a way to grow our existing team. Designers take part in mentoring the different phases and doing workshops, which means that they develop skills that are outside of their everyday work, but nevertheless useful. Most importantly, it has given us a great opportunity to grow future leaders, since the mentor of the program has to figure out the projects, make sure everything is going according to the plan, give feedback, make sure everyone is happy, do one-on-ones, and get an actual experience in leading a team without taking the commitment for an unknown period. So it has been about getting good people to join our team, developing our existing team, and growing future leaders. So why does it matter? And why am I here talking about this, whereas this isn't really, design? So not long ago, it's less than 3 years actually, I was graduating from the university and thinking, now what? Like, who wants to hire me? What can I actually do? And I was very lucky to get the chance that I got. And this has also been my personal driver to start and lead this program, to give young designers an opportunity to start their career and not worry about the required minimum experience of 3 years, which they clearly don't have. And not only, I owe a huge thank you to these 6th grade people for teaching me as much as I probably taught them. It is also about growing the local design community. I guess that's no big secret here anymore, and we can all see it. There are more and more companies who need these skills, which means there are also more and more companies who have the means to mentor and teach. So I hope this presentation here today gave some inspiration to someone to reach out to young designers. They're graduating or going on a summer break right about now, and believe in their ideas, energy, and willpower. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brett. Let's take some questions straight from the audience, if anybody has anything. Amit.
What are the qualities you're looking for in interns?
So, we don't expect them to be full designers. We do look for teamwork skills, so we look for the inner drive and the potential that these people actually want to become designers. But yeah.
So my question is, you make it all sound very easy, like it's all unicorns and rainbows, right? So maybe there's companies here who are like, okay, that's great, let's go do it. So what are some of the hard parts? What would you advise companies to kind of watch out for? Or what were some of the hard parts for maybe you as running the program?
Well, I think one thing it's easy to mistake for is that these people really want to do stuff and they're willing to work really hard, but they're still beginners, which means that they might not always deliver the best quality, and you can't really expect the work to be usable. They're there to learn. And after a short while, they will start giving you back, and way more than you have invested in them.
Anybody else? Audience? Thoughts? Put your hand up if you have actually an internship program. I'm curious to see if there's like a few. Any thoughts from the ones who have it? Kasper, maybe? Yes? No thoughts. More questions still. With the catch box, please. Ooh. Yes, there we go.
Oh, that's cool. Hi, I'm Veiko from Vogue.com, a client of yours. I just wanted to ask, how does the cost of that program compare to the classical recruitment process?
Well, I guess I can say in this sense I'm a visionary and not behind the numbers. The cost is that for the 3 interns you hire and you get 1 or 2 junior designers, it will pay off because they are already fully onboarded to the company and they are ready to start working and they know your methods and they know the people and how it work.
So cheaper in one word.
In the long run, it's definitely cheaper.
Do you take any interns without any design education / experience whatsoever, but who have expertise or experience or everything in other fields, since, well, the question is not just out of the blue, but modern design is very much about being able to create interdisciplinary teams and cross-pollinate each other and things like that?
Well, we do take interns in other departments as well. I personally would love to take any kind of people for a design internship. The truth is our program has gotten so popular within the past 3 years. So the number of applicants has actually doubled. And I was just talking to our recruiter today and she said, like, wow, they are so good, all of them. So I guess design internship has become more about design.
No. Kind of.
Not officially.
Thanks.
Back there?
Yeah, so Elmo from Mobilab. My kind of question is, so as you mentioned, it has become more popular for young designers to know about it, but do you actually advertise in it? Yes, the campaign itself, if you do, then what kind of interest do you have?
We do advertise it. We also work quite closely together with the universities. So the new program, Estonian Academy of Arts, is opening this year. So they also asked for our input, so what do we expect from young designers? So yes, we do talk to universities, we make posts about it, etc.
So mainly it's through the university, not the certain social media.
We do share this on social media as well, but yes, a lot of industry connections go into this.
Anything else from the audience? No? Thank you, Brett.
Thank you.